Hi, this is Eric Loyd. This is a continuation master's student in clinical psychology, neuropsychology concentration, the self-care prescription, Robyn L. Gobin, PhD. There's a picture of Miss Gobin, Dr. Gobin. So I'll just read the last sentence. That's why I decided to read this book. Well, I'll read the whole thing here, the whole paragraph. And so, when someone asks how we're doing, we might find ourselves replying, like my coworker, "I'm okay, just making it." But here's the thing. I want more for you than just okay. I want you to feel confident, energized, motivated, and empowered. I want you to play an active role in determining the direction your life is headed. That's why I decided to write this book, to remind you, and all of us, that we can choose. You can begin at any time. You can begin at any time you want and forge a new life path. You can take the wheel and change the course of your life. Yes, things will be hard at sometimes, but in the midst of it all, I never want you to forget about yourself and your needs. Taking care of you is the best thing you can do for your job, your family, and your friends. Self-care is essential, not just for feeling good, but also for functioning well in everyday life. I want to make it clear from the beginning that self-care is not just about feeling good. Sure, much of what you do for self-care will bring you pleasure, but this will not always be the case. Simply put, self-care is not always fun or relaxing, and you won't always feel like doing it. Sometimes self-care involves forgiving yourself for past mistakes, setting boundaries in relationships, making that medical or dental appointment you've been putting off, saying no to a fun night out because you're sleep deprived, or choosing to walk away from a job or a relationship you've outgrown. Self-care is about making yourself a priority, whatever your life circumstances. Self-care is fundamentally about bringing balance to a life that has grown imbalanced from too many commitments or responsibilities. How do you do self-care? The popular idea of self-care, often shown in magazines, blogs, and TV news segments, typically includes ice cream, bubble baths, massages, or pedicures. While these kinds of me time, treat yourself strategies can play a role in a self-care routine, real self-care is a much more substantive, holistic endeavor, touching every aspect of a person's life. So, truly taking care of your own needs requires not just scheduling fun activities now and then, but also doing some self-reflection to see how things stand in your life, where you most want or need to make change, and how to bring those changes about. Self-care is about taking a serious look in the mirror and making changes that will give your life some more balance, meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. Let's say, for example, you've been battling chronic pain, anxiety, or depression silently for months, but you have not noticed any significant improvement. Self-care in this situation might involve being honest with yourself about your pain and your difficulty managing it on your own, and then taking the vulnerable step of reaching out to a doctor or therapist for help. This can be hard because so many of us have bought into the idea that we are somehow weak if we're unable to solve our own problems or problems on our own. Nothing could be further from the truth. In a society that glorifies self-reliance, it takes a lot of strength to ask for help when you need it. This process of learning to truly take care of yourself might not always be pleasurable, and you may encounter some mental roadblocks that you'll need to overcome. But it is self-care nonetheless. What this book offers. I'll tell you what I tell my clients. I'm not a miracle worker. Neither is this book. I wish I had a magic wand that could take away all of your emotional pain and fix all the problems you are facing this very moment. That simply isn't possible. I don't have all the answers, but what I do have is knowledge and a proven set of skill building strategies that I believe will help you create the life you desire, brick by brick. I'll be right there alongside you as you put in the effort and hard work to bring about the changes you most want to see in your life. It will require openness on your part. If you stick with me and implement the tips and techniques I suggest here, I'm confident that you'll walk away from this experience equipped with the tools you need to continue along your self-care journey, more clear-headed and empowered than when you began. This book is structured around 6 essential dimensions of wellness as defined by the National Wellness Institute: the physical, the spiritual, the emotional, intellectual, vocational, and social domains. Self-care is about more than looking and feeling good. It involves nurturing every aspect of yourself, mind, body, and spirit. I like to think of dimensions of wellness like a car. Each part of a car plays a vital role in the overall functioning of the vehicle. If any part of the car is broken or malfunctioning, for example, the brakes wear out, the car becomes unstable. It cannot function the way it's intended to. Sure, you can continue to drive your car when your brakes need work, but eventually you'll run the risk of doing serious damage to yourself and your car. Like a car in need of work, we can get by and still function while only attending to some dimensions of wellness. But that choice comes with downsides. To ensure that we keep running smoothly, we need periodic tune-ups, and we'd be wise not to ignore any warning signals that any area of our life needs attention. Just like we wouldn't purchase a brand new car and drive it around for years without ever taking it in for routine oil change and maintenance, our bodies, minds, and spirits require the same level of upkeep. Let's quickly review what each dimension of wellness entails. Physical. Physical wellness is all about how your body functions. To function optimally, your body needs proper nourishment, exercise, and healthy habits. Social. We were created for social connection. We are at our best when we have healthy relationships with people who genuinely care about us, respect us, and lift us up. Intellectual. Just like your body needs exercise, so does your brain. You're never too old to grow and learn something new. Intellectual wellness is all about engaging in activities that feed your creativity and keep your mind sharp. Vocational. Life is too short to be doing work that doesn't make you feel good. Vocational self-care involves finding meaning in the work that you do and knowing how to cope when you find yourself in less than an optimal employment situation. Spiritual. When we are spiritually healthy, we realize that we exist beyond the physical, and our life has a sense of meaning and purpose. Emotional. Oh, feelings. When they're unpleasant, we feel like we can't live with them. When they're pleasant, we definitely wouldn't want to survive without them. The truth is, we were meant to experience a range of emotions, both pleasure and pain. Emotional wellness is about embracing full emotional experience and having skills that help you cope when emotions are painful and intense. Each of the following 6 chapters begins with a general discussion of what's important about particular self-care domain and what's needed for that domain to stay healthy and well-balanced. Then, I'll make it personal by leading you in discussions and activities that will help you create a vision for how you want to show up in your life around each area of wellness. I'll also show proven mindset strategies and techniques that will propel you toward your personal goals in each category. Every exercise I offer can be tailored to meet your specific circumstances and life demands. This is about incorporating self-care into your life in a way that works for you. There are no one-size-fits-all methods here. As you read through the strategies, I encourage you to think outside the box and find creative ways to make each strategy your own. That's page 6, The Self-Care Prescription by Robyn L. Gobin, PhD. Thank you.